Alrighty guys, as you've seen in the last video, this thing is not too happy. It was knocking, making all sorts of weird noises, kind of doing it on and off. However, I did go ahead and start tearing it down. I pulled the heads off of here, got everything kind of organized over there. We got the lifters pulled out, and one out of all of them had spun, went sideways and destroyed one of the lobes on our cam. So that's a little unfortunate. And then we do still know that either the cam or the crank bearing failed. We will see once we pull this engine all the way. It's actually a lot easier to pull now that the motor is kind of stripped down. Now we can get in down there in between the headers, get that steering linkage off. Same with like these mounts back there. Those are a lot easier to get with the manifold out of the way. Yeah, let's see. Just got to pull front accessories off of this thing. Got to get the mounts off, get the motor out, and we'll inspect that. We did go ahead and pick this thing up out of the yard, literally. I thought it was still good. I had an intake kind of bolted onto it, but I guess there's only like the couple corners were bolted on it. So we did actually have some water seepage in here. Let me see if I can get a light. Yeah, you can see there's still water in there. There's some moisture. Looks like a little bit of rust on that. Quick update, I still have not decided what I'm going to do about this. The motor turns over and spins freely, super easily. I don't hear no noises going back and forth. It rotates full rotations, no issues. So I'm not even 100% sure that the block is actually hurt. I do know that my lifter spun, was bouncing around in there, ruined my cam a little bit. So there could be that. I got the parts block here. I still haven't decided if I'm throwing this thing away. I've seen some videos online where these people used vinegar. So I went ahead and got a jug of white distilled vinegar. And what do you know, this side that I got a little clip of from before, we'll insert that. Don't think I'm gonna be using this motor. Rusted. This isn't even the bad side either. And we got rust. It actually cleaned up perfectly. Let me get my phone light out so we can actually see what we're talking about here. This was that super rusty side, and that's literally just dirt water. My finger doesn't catch anywhere on any grooves in there. It's just, that's it. So we went ahead and pulled the bad side, and of course it was pretty bad. This side was completely rusted, this side just a little bit. All the rest of these are good, but as you can see, the vinegar is actually going to work. You can see all the bubbles in there. De-rusting these. Let's see if we can get a little bit off this outer edge right here. Yeah, look at that, where the vinegar's actually been sitting. So much better. And this was the kind of rust that I could actually like feel with my nail. It was pretty rough grit. So we've only been letting it sit for about 20 minutes. But as you can see, even that's working. So we'll come back to this in like an hour. Try and fill this one back up. Come back to this one in like an hour, or all of this side, and then go ahead and go over it with this light bristle here. I can't believe how much this is working. Everywhere where there was vinegar is like completely almost good to go. That's wild. Well, you can see it, guys. That shit's coming off. Now I'll just hope it doesn't pit anywhere, which I don't think it would, but we'll see. And yeah. Alright, we are back at it. It's been about 4 hours now. And you can see it looks like all the rust came to the top of that one. Still some bubbles in there, but everything looking pretty good. Yeah, it all wipes away. Yeah, look at it. That's all the rust right there. So let's give it a little scrub down with this Johnny and see what we get from here. Alrighty, you guys. So after cleaning all that up, it looks like it's actually gonna work. My finger, there's no grooves here. Slight discoloration. Same with this side. That was actually the worst piston over there. Let's go have a look. This guy here, and I think we're all good. So before, the motor was actually seized. I couldn't even turn it over. This thing was like butter. It's only making noise because it's still halfway on the wood, halfway on the cherry picker, but this thing's mint now. It turns over perfect, super easy. It actually did have some aftermarket lifters in it. You can tell because they are caged all the way around. So that's kind of unique. Makes me curious to see what cam is in there. I was shooting to see by tonight, but getting lazy. Don't want to look for this wrench. It's getting late. Got to take this torque converter off, flex plate, and then AC crank pulley, front timing cover, rear timing cover, and yeah, we'll go from there. I will probably drain the oil pan tomorrow as well. We'll jack it up, drain the fluid, pull the oil pan off, see how it looks inside, make sure nothing's damaged under there, and if not, I think we'll put a couple front and rear main seals on it, some head gaskets, slap our heads over there on this one, and then in the meantime, I'll order some Durabond main rod and cam bearings for this thing, and maybe even some piston rings. We'll go through, rebuild this engine. We'll have it on the back burner, just that way if this thing blows up or doesn't work at all, we'll have this thing. So alright, it is a new day. I'm going to go ahead and start by taking off these accessories. Alright guys, got the crank pulley bolt loose and removed. Boom. We're about to go ahead and drain the oil. We got the torque converter and the flex plate off. Where's my little socket? There it is. Yeah, let's see. Alright, perfect. Let's see how much water comes out first. What our lower end's gonna look like. I guess. Oh, well, that sucks. She gone. I was really hoping we could use this, but that was definitely not good. Probably have to put a cork in this, and well, it hasn't mixed, but there's probably some rust in there. Who knows? That's not a good sign. More and more issues. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to plug this, dump that, and we'll be back as we get the oil pan off. I mean, oil pan is off, the rear main is off. Looks like we actually have a stock cam in there. It just has 2 little stamps. Here's our other stock cam, just for reference. The cam is actually not perfect. I never really noticed it, but there was no rust in the lower end. I think that was all the vinegar from me pouring it the night before. So that's also another plus. I think like I said, the cam is not perfect. So I'm just going to full send on one of those lifters that was in the motor. The rest with the lifters that were in that motor, we're just going to throw those lifters in because I'm replacing them anyways. So why not get some use out of them? We're going to use those stock lifter trays, because we know those are OEM. Those ones are not. I think that's why it let one fail, because they are slightly looser than these guys. And then yeah, we'll do head gaskets, rear main, oil pan gasket. We'll swap our oil pans from that block to this block, put our heads on it, and we'll just throw this one in the car for now, just while we rebuild that one. And we're not really losing here. I mean, worst case scenario is something happens and we destroy those heads that were on that motor, and we have extra heads and we can rebuild them super easily. And the new cam kit that I'm ordering comes with new springs and new valve seats and new lifters, all that stuff. So like I said, not too worried there. I will get back to you guys once we get this motor looking more complete. or get that one ripped apart. We'll see.